Have you ever went bird watching? If you have, you notice their carefree attitudes, just going about their day, singing as they gather what they need. They don't seem to worry, do they? So have you ever struggled with anxiety or worry? I can tell you right now, I am. But I found it interesting that Jesus told his followers to consider the birds as a way of combating anxiety. So I decided to dig in a little bit. But first, let's read Jesus' words. He says, "Look at the birds of the sky. They don't sow, reap, gather crops, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more important than they? And which of you, by worrying, can add a single day to his life? So why worry then about what you eat or drink or what you wear? Those that don't know God worry about these things, but your Father in the skies knows that you need all of these things. So seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be provided to you. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself, because each day has enough trouble of its own." So, what do you think Jesus wants us to take into consideration here? I know my mind immediately goes to, are we not supposed to save up? Isn't it wise to do that? Are we supposed to just live by the spur of the moment and not plan anything? How does that actually help with anxiety? I know that if I don't plan or have a savings account in place, I end up stressing. How do I not worry about tomorrow when there's something scary happening tomorrow that I need to prepare for? But then I see that Jesus, at the end of this verse, he does actually acknowledge that life is full of troubles. So could he possibly be teaching us not to let our mind be ruled by these troubles? In fact, the Greek word for worry here means to have care or concern. And really, there are good kinds of care, like for your family or things at work. It's okay to have care or concern for something or someone, but to let it rule my attitude and the way I respond to others, is that possibly what he's getting at here? Maybe this is about a mind shift. Like he says, seek first the kingdom, focusing on kingdom work. And what is that? Loving God, loving others, even my enemies. And then when we have trouble, the help will be provided. I wonder if Jesus is teaching us that the way to combat anxiety is all about a mindset. Dr. Charles Lowry says that the majority of people's lives are 80% positive and 20% negative. But if you continually focus on the 20% negative in your life will feel like it's 100% negative. But if you focus on the 80% positive in your life, you will feel 100% positive. So we need a mindset shift of thinking positive. We also need a kingdom mindset. Love God, love others, even your enemies. My favorite verse about this is found in 1 Peter 3:10. He says, "Be harmonious, sympathetic, loving, compassionate, and humble, not returning evil for evil or insult for insult, but giving a blessing instead. For this is what you were called for, the very purpose that you would inherit a blessing. For the one who desires to love life and see good days, he must keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. He must turn away from evil and do good. He must seek peace and pursue it. And then the eyes of God will be towards him, and his ears will be open to his prayers." I just love that. I think it's beautiful. So, my challenge for you today, when you wake up in the morning, whatever cares are on your mind, immediately cast them at Jesus' feet. Why? Because he cares for you. And then realize that he's the only one that can do anything about it. Ask him what needs to be focused on for today and how he wants you to handle it. And then trust that he'll provide what you need in the moment. Then replace the worry with gratitude. Thank God for the blessings he's given you. Take 1 minute to list them. In fact, I encourage you to try this throughout the day, that when you feel worry coming on, to stop what you're doing, list your blessings and make certain you thank God for all that He's done and all of those blessings. Remember, what you focus on matters. Each morning, ask God who you can bless and who you can forgive. Let your mind shift and focus on ways that you can be a blessing. This is what you were created to do. This is kingdom work. And the result, like Peter says, you'll love your life and see good days, and God's ears will be open to your prayers. Love you, church.